Yo, what's up everyone? It's me, Splash Dash, and I really wasn't expecting as many of you to care about this little fucking Sonic Synergy document as there was, but there's fucking tons of comments. I'm not even talking about the topic of the video, just saying, can I see that style guide? And yeah, of course, I genuinely have had this for like over a year now, and I just never thought that anyone would want to see it. But yeah, it's 502 pages of Sonic Boom concept art. Some of it's seen before, a lot of it I have to assume has never been seen before. I don't know where exactly this style guide comes from, but I had a friend back in 2015 or 2016, and he really liked researching Sonic Synergy behind the scenes shit, and he gave me this. Shout out to you, Derek. I appreciate it. So yeah, let's just start it. Let's go through, because I was contemplating whether or not to make this video like scripted, but then I figured, you know, I think it'd be unfair to like skip over some stuff or just like, because if I were scripting it, obviously I'm not gonna have stuff to say about everything, but I just thought, you know, in its purest form, let's just go through it all. So it starts off, it's separated into groups. This is the characters, and this shows you the, you know, the inspirations behind their designs, you know, just concept art, like what they want to achieve, and some notes from Sega. So we start with Sonic, who these are some of his early designs. These have been seen before, but yeah, just some cool like action poses showing how he'd look in like a turnaround, how he'd look in action. This shows this is what I was talking about in the video, how they were inspired a lot by Cars, Disney Pixar's Cars of all things, for Sonic, which actually, when you think about it, kind of fucking clever. Here we have the progression of their concept art for Sonic, how they got from this guy over here all the way to this one. They slowly refined him over and over again. I still kind of like these two designs a lot. This one especially. I like how wacky and fucking like Western cartoony looks. Next we have Knuckles, and this is back when they called it's Sonic Apollo, or it was Codename Apollo was the name for Boom originally, before it was called Synergy. And this is the fucking Knuckles design they have for that. He had like a peach neck. He had like Sonic's little stomach thing on. And then Sonic Team actually were the ones who were like, how about you draw him like this? And then they slowly used that to refine him. And you know what? The funny thing is, this Knuckles right here, this like kind of shorter one, but with the bigger head, kind of looks like movie Knuckles. And here you have him up against Legacy Knuckles, as they're being called. Next we have Tails, and you can already see he looks kind of different in this one thing. He had like little windshield wipers on his goggles. I wish they kept that. Here we have those images they used in the initial trailer, but on top of that we also got to see the sketches for them done by the artist, which I don't think was seen before. And yeah, Tails did not have very much progression in his character design. Here's some of his weapons that he would use, though. There's his jetpacks. This is the model. In my video, I talked about this really creepy looking Tails model they used in the game initially. This is the model right here. You gotta see it. That's 3D. Here's just some like fucking fireworks and candles and shit. It says Prower on it. It's pretty neat. Some little pellets. Here's a design for his buddy bot, who is in the final game. Next we have Amy, who you can see here. It's called her Amy the Hedgehog. But here you can see she actually has that scarf. This is like a really detailed rendition of Amy. Like they fucking drew all the fur on her. They gave her like mascara at first, purple mascara, and yeah, this image actually looks really fucking really good in terms of just fucking the artistry in it. And then that's the refined version. Here we have Shadow, who did not get very much time, because if you know, Shadow was added very late in development of Sonic Synergy or Sonic Boom. And yeah, they just kind of drew him once, and then there's this fucking creepy looking turnaround, which was probably used as a reference when modeling him. And we have Styx, who again didn't have very much progression. It was more so just like, how about she wears this instead, or how about her boomerang is made out of like metal instead, you know? Not too drastic design changes. And here you can see the notes from someone called Lemonade. I don't exactly know who Lemonade is, but you can see they're talking about how they wanted her design to look more symmetrical. They like the features that make her look more crazy, and you know, so shit like getting rid of the metal on it. And yeah, it's just neat to see these It's neat to see these notes from other people to see how we got with the designs we ended up with. Here's Quincy. No one gives a fuck about Quincy. There's just fucking little sketches of him. Here we have the NPCs. Cliff is an interesting one. Cliff was originally supposed to be like an inventor. This is whenever they were still trying to decide what sort of occupation they wanted him to have. So here they were focusing on him being an explorer. As you can see, they got notes saying that this looked too close to Teal's, so they had to change him. And what they changed him to was an inventor, inspired by fucking Doc Brown and shit like that. And they wanted him to look a lot taller and stuff. Here's a note from Izuka, however, that made them change it. The only inventors in this world should be Tails and Eggman. Character approach is okay, but it needs to be an alternate occupation. Oh, Izuka. Yeah, so they had to change him to look like a little fucking excavator. Pretty sure that's what he is in the final game. I don't even remember. Just Hokey and Pokey. Just some NPCs. There's a lot cooler NPC things down the line, actually showing sketches of NPCs that were never in the game. There's just the fucking hippo guys. They're in the final one, along with this guy. I like this guy's design a lot. Here's Percy. Here's some early designs for Percy. I really like these like punk 80s like fucking disco like goers designs that they were gonna give her at first, but I still like the design they ended up with. Here's the medic that's in the final game. The old turtle, and I'm pretty sure he has like the younger version of him. Yeah, there he is. Turnarounds. Okay, here's some of the concept art for villagers who never got in the final game. And this is the interesting thing, because in the final game, there really aren't any villagers to speak of. There are only these NPCs, the ones that you can talk to. But originally there were going to be originally there was going to be a job, and there's going to be a set of villagers to go along with that one job, who would walk around the island or be in certain parts of it, and you're going to see that here. Like here you have like restaurant owners and fucking fishmongers and the farmers and shit. This is just them. These guys weren't necessarily going to be in the game, but these were them like exploring different concept designs for villagers, and I fucking adore this art right here. I love the style it's drawn in. And this is the guidelines that they had for making villagers from Sonic Team. Here's the list of rules that they had to do. They weren't allowed to use any hedgehogs or echidnas. They had to have split eyes. They were not allowed to have the Sonic Mono Eye. They weren't allowed to use any primary colors. And they had to use like more browns and greens and like desaturated colors. I assume that's to make Sonic stand out, which I definitely think is a better decision. They had to follow Sonic's style of having a big head and hands and feet. And like have little spindly legs. And the meals were not allowed to have any clothing around the stomach to their lower tight regions, and they were not allowed to have wrappings like the sports tape. Only the main team were to have those. So they had to make villagers around those descriptions. Here's the guy. I love this guy. He's got fucking like Bart Simpson hair in the TV show. See, you can see they were kind of trying to develop these guys. Like these guys would have like walked around the island. They were supposed to be a lived-in place. I love this. This is my favorite artwork. This reminds me of like a fucking Disney movie. Words cannot describe how much I adore this fucking style. Like, again, there was supposed to be like, in the hub world, there's a bunch of archaeologists, and these guys were supposed to be walking around the island. As you'll see, they have like 2 adults and then a couple of kids, for some variety, and they were supposed to be walking around. It would have been really cool. Here's some construction workers. Here's, miners. More miners, scientists, but no scientists. Only Tails and Eggman are allowed to be scientists. And then here's just some general villagers like farmers and tourist guys. More villagers. Oh, I like this guy a lot. And here's some explorations for Eggman. Funny enough, Eggman, for some reason, in early designs had like a gold gauntlet. As you can see, they already decided on not having it be gold, but it's weird that it stayed that way for so long. Here's some Sonic Team requests about the Eggman design. They wanted them to reduce the neck and push the head down a bit into the collar, kind of like how normal Eggman looks. They did not want him to have a goatee and hair. So I can only assume this is like their design after taking in Sonic Team's notes. This is probably after seeing the young Eggman designs where he had hair and shit. They wanted the Napoleon pants. They wanted a gray line or a stripe somewhere. And here's a specific note where they didn't even think they were going to be able to keep this little gadget on Eggman's hand all the time, but apparently he approved. And here's some little outlines of his mech. They're like whatever, boring enough. And then here's them getting near the final one they had in the final game in the boss fight. Here's just some designs for his missiles. And here's Metal Sonic. I don't know if these have been seen before, but I love looking at these. Metal Sonic was originally going to look much different. Like here, he has no fucking... He's just like a fucking endoskeleton right here. He has like cool little things coming off the back of his boots. I love this one in the middle. If he didn't have this like fucking sharp thing coming out of him, this would be my favorite Metal Sonic design, period. I love his fucking like thick... like shins. I love it. Here's kind of like a mix between the two. Then there's this one. This one looks really good too. And this was their final one, but they ended up changing it again. They changed it to this. They just took everything that was unique about him and then just made him look like a normal Metal Sonic. Here's Lyric's design. I don't think anyone really cares about Lyric, whatever. This is how they were going to visually show how powerful the enemy was. You know, it would show you like green means that's where the power source is, so hit there. The more orange or yellow it is shows how like high of an enemy they are, and the red means that they're very powerful. It shows how powerful the ammo is depending on the color. It's really clever. Here's just some designs for their shields, some robot designs, and here's more enemies. These guys are in the final game. They're in the mine level with Sonic and Knuckles, I think. So turnarounds. More enemies. This guy right here, he's not in the final game. I think this guy is, but he maybe doesn't look exactly the same. These guys are definitely... this one isn't. This blue one, definitely not in the final game. This one is. His name is Ring Thief, though, so I have to assume maybe originally he was going to be like the like mage enemies in Sonic Heroes, where if they hit you or they could like track you in and take your rings away from you, but I don't think that was in the final game. Here's some concepts for the Sandworm boss, which was in like every fucking trailer. And that was the final illustration. A little bit of concept art of Sonic looking up at him. There's going to be a lot of concept art like this later on. Some enemies. This is the tunnel boss from the level where it's Sonic and Amy in the underwater place. That's the thing that chases you. Here's the Golem. Look, it says a mini boss. But as you know, if you played the game, these... you can't fight them. These things only appear in the past Lyric level and the final boss with Lyric. They're all in the background, but you never actually get to fight one. It seems like maybe in that past Lyric level when you meet them, you would have had to fight one of these guys, and these are some of the design explorations that they never got to put in the final game. Here's fucking Sonic for Scale. You are here. More explorations of the Golem. Here's the rolling enemy, and this was to show you how you were to beat them. A little sketch of Sonic jumping off him. Showing how his mechanics work. This is kind of like the generic enemy in the game. Here's the little snakes that would like... they would come out and they would put themselves into like dismantled robots and activate them, which I thought was a cool concept. So you had to like defeat them before they got to the robots. Here's some red ones. These ones I don't think were in the final game. Were they? I don't know. Here's the Charger. This guy definitely was in the final game, I'm pretty sure. Here's Puck. This guy, he was not in the final one. Definitely not. He was kind of like a moving fucking spike. Swarm bots. These were not in the final game because you didn't fucking do anything in the water. You just ran and went through hoops occasionally. More enemies in the water. It's like these little fucking bombs. Here's the minions, who are literally called minions. These are the guys that would drop the I think these are the guys who would drop the power-ups for you. And as you can see right here, they kind of tried to mix together Lyric's design with Eve from Wall-E, which is really cool to see. And then they ended up with this guy. And I like this idea a lot. To show that he has a power-up inside him, they were going to, like, kind of put a chest mixed with a pantry on his back to show you that he has something inside. It's pretty clever. And here, we never see any of these things in the final game. There are models. There are models of, like, bats and stuff and sheep in the game's code. But, there was going to be much more originally. Like, here's the mouse that was going to be there. Here's a fucking hyena. Here's a bird. These definitely remind me of, like Disney concept art sketches a lot. Here's chickens. And here is a lot of environment explorations. Guys, we are 134 pages into the 502. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is long. This has every fucking piece of concept art you could want. Here are some explorations of the villages in the final game. None of them in the final game look anywhere near as nice as this concept art. Of course, you can pause the video if you want to look more closely at any of these. But it's mostly just different shots of buildings. I'm pretty sure this was in the initial reveal trailer for Sonic Synergy. So you're going to recognize a couple of these, but some of them have never been seen before. They really wanted to do a good job at blending these structures with the natural terrain. I think this concept art was in the the credits for the game. A lot of this was. It was kind of showing you, what could have been. But this is in the level where you're walking up the volcano. I think there's like a 2D section here, but it doesn't look anywhere near as nice as this. Here's a wider shot. There's Sonic for scale. Here is the main street of the unnamed village, which was later called Hedgehog Village in the TV show. That's one thing I do like about Sonic Boom, the game, is that you can't actually walk around the exact same TV show hub world. But, yeah, and here's that, I love this sketch. Here's that, this was in the reveal trailer for Sonic Synergy. There's the shot of all the sunflowers, and, there's the building that, like, Sonic's walking past. Like, this was all fully modeled. They had this done. Like, Sonic could run around it. There's the fucking Sonic Scarecrow. I love that. This is the part where you're running up the volcano. This is in the final game. Again, nowhere near as nice. Here's more of that volcano stuff. Even more right here. I think there's actually modeled out stuff for this exact part. I'll show you guys that later. Here's just some little like huts that they had designed for the village. Here is see, you're gonna see here. We can actually see like test stuff from the game from this point on. Like, this is modeled. This is them. What they do for a lot of this concept art from now on is that they take a portion of the game that they already have like built a little bit and they draw over it, which is really cool. Here's Tails' fan. There's the spires that would shoot up into the sky. That's how Sonic and all get to the Citadel. Here's some props that are going to be around Main Street. There's the juice stand. There's the Med Burger, which is in the final TV show as well. More volcano stuff. That's the exact 2D like platforming segment, I think. Yeah, this part's in the final game, I'm pretty sure. This is part of the hub world where you get to the underwater place. Sonic and Amy go down there while Knuckles and Tails stay behind. Here is the part where you go to like Fastidious Beaver is sitting here and he lets you do a little mission, and yeah, I think you run down here to go to the big like the place with all the brambles and shit. But yeah, obviously this looks much nicer than it does in the final game, as I'm going to be saying a lot. Here's some designs for little gates and shit. The funny thing is, it says Bungee Gate, which means that this was going to be the design for the gates that you would originally have to use two characters to like grapple up to and then open. You can see the little things right there, but you don't really have to do that in the hub worlds ever. Here's the concept art for Cliff's excavation site. This is in the final game. Here's the little mine shafts. Again, this is like beat for beat in the final game, all of that. Here you can see, again, This is all like early model shit. You can see like the low poly trees and the tree, and then they've like the like forklifts and shit, and they've sketched over it how they want it to look when the details attached to it, and I like seeing that shit a lot. Here's some bridges they had designed. This is again is in the final game. Kind of connects the two parts of Cliff's hub world. Just some more bridge explorations. This is the part where in the hub world where you meet the young turtle. This is more of that stuff. Here's some designs for roads. Here's some designs for roads. More roads. This is in the hub world too. I'm pretty sure. Shit like this, except you barely even remember it because they put a speed booster right here, right here, right here, right here. You can't even see my mouse. They put a speed booster fucking everywhere is what I'm saying. So it goes by in a flash. You can't even really play it, so you forget about it. Once again, these are in the game. This is showing the progression for a water slide in the hub world that, you know, this place isn't even in the fucking hub world, so you can't do any of this. Here's the little turtle shack that they never fucking coded in. I think it does look like this in the final one. Here's the little chef's tent. Here's inside the mine, and it does look like this in Rise of Lyric. That's where Knuckles and Amy go down here, I think, to rescue the miners. And this is where you get is it called Maya? The little thing that lets you look through walls that you use like a grand total of once. That's where you get this in the final. Here's more stuff for the hub world. As you can see, again, this is like a model right here. This is 3D. This little golem. This is the part where Knuckles and Amy are rescuing the miners in the 2D section. Here's a waterfall area in the first hub world that we never see. They never got this far. Here's like a warthog area concept, and what warthog area means, I have no idea. Maybe they were gonna have like Crash-esque levels where you could ride on a little warthog through this place, but we'll never know. Here's them like trying to think of hazards for warthog areas. Here's little ramps and shit. Maybe warthog area was just their code name for the running on water segments. I don't know. Because this stuff is in the final game, I'm pretty sure. These are just little things you have to jump over. Again, this is ideas for like Amy's little pole things that you'd have to jump on. More speed hazards. As you can see, like they had programmed in the enter beam at all by this point. Like this is in game running. Like this is all in it. There's loops and shit. More loops and hazards. Here's Cliff's tent. Just tent concepts. Look at this. You can see this is this is an actual 3D model of Knuckles in the game. This is Sonic Synergy running on a PC, and they've like screen capped it and like cropped out Knuckles to put for scale, which is really cool. You'll see a lot more stuff like this. Here's a little this is the forklift that's in the final game, and a villager for scale. Here's a wind drill concept, which I don't think might be in the final game. I'm not sure. This is the Maya thing where you have to break through the wall. This is just concepts for how that would look. Look here, there's a Synergy Sonic crapped out again. Love seeing shit like that. There's the Maya thing, just showing you how to use it to break through all these walls to get shit. This is the segment that takes you to getting the first crystal. They were never called Chaos Crystals, were they? Is that like a fan name? I think they're just called the Crystals. This segment is also in the game. Sonic would run on this, Amy would jump up here and fucking hit the button, and Tails would fly up, just showing you, like, you know, cooperation. Visual benchmark. Now this is the fucking really interesting shit. This is the shit that I want to fucking see in action, and you can actually. This is a static demo. This is like a vertical slice of gameplay that they were designing, meaning it would be like a quick little portion of everything they wanted to do in the game, but portrayed within like a tiny little area. And they had coded this entire thing, and it was finished. If you look in the Sonic Synergy initial trailer, you can see portions from this very vertical slice that you're going to see in these screenshots. And also, I think I have some images from it to show you guys later in a different folder. I think at this point they were exploring like different times of day, how they wanted the lighting to look. I don't think this was like a day and night cycle type thing, but you know, this fucking looks gorgeous right here. Sonic has like a little belt at this point. This was their targets for how they wanted it to look, and they wanted to try and incorporate Sonic's iconic checkerboard patterns into the levels and see how they could do that naturally. Here's again the little farm area of how they wanted it to look, and they achieved fucking beautifully this look in the final game. Or not the final game, fuck I wish. In the Sonic Synergy version of the... You can see right here, that's not a painting right here, to the right with the cliffs. That is actually running in game. They've just painted all this shit over. Like this hut, that's in the game. It's not a drawing. They were getting there. Here's a tropical beach setting. Look, they still called it Apollo at this point in development. I love this shit. This is like fucking Roadrunner cartoons. So, this was their goal. As you can see, they wanted they really wanted to have really complex, organic-looking settings, but also incorporate in Sonic-y elements. Familiar but new was their quote. And as you can see, they're using Sonic Generations as inspiration for the checkerboards. Because, as you can see, they wanted to have, like, really organic looking levels, like it could just naturally exist, but they also wanted to incorporate in like Sonic-y visuals, like the checkerboard. So that's how they wanted to do it initially, just have it on the side of the rock that you were running on, which I think is really cool. You're gonna see this very screenshot in game later. Again, they wanted it to look very natural, so they wanted everything to like lead into each other and have it all look like, you know, a real place, and you could run on all this. More tracks. Here we go. And I have, see in the top right, I have upscaled versions of these to show you guys later. But this was the prototype level drawovers. This was part of the vertical slice that they had. This was to show off the running segments, I think. So you could run through here and then, you know, jump up here and do fucking platforming or whatever. And this is how they wanted it to look at the end. So this is it whenever it was just starting out. This is what it looked like in game. But they wanted it to, by the end to look like this. What a shame. Here's another draw over of the prototype level that they had. I'll show you guys these images up res later. Don't worry about it, like these in-game ones. But that's you can see Sonic running around it like in the middle there, and yeah, they never got to do it. But they wanted it to look fucking gorgeous. Here's more. Here's like a platforming segment that they had planned. You would start like up at the top here and then run all the way down over the bridge and doing the run in second. Like you're seeing, this is all that seemed part of the level, but seen from different perspectives, and they wanted to look very cool. It's very sad to look at. Here's ancient structures. You can see down here, there's another design for Sonic, which I fucking adore. I love this one. There he is. I really like that design for him. He looks so fucking snarky. Here's just some of those. This is whenever they were exploring the idea of the ancients and the echidna stuff that was never expanded upon in the final game. They wanted it to look like it was built out of the rocks and shit. More statue studies. This is for in the cutscene, or not the cutscene. This is for the part of the Synergy trailer where I think it's like explore and there's a statue in the middle and they're in this like abandoned like high tech place. I think they wanted the visuals to look something like this are all around you, but didn't get that done. Here's more concept art of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles that we never saw, and I love these ones a lot. I love how varied all their body shapes are, especially Knuckles. I don't mind him wearing pants at all. Here's more of that. Here's oh, fucking love this one. Sonic like looking through. This was the entrance to it. More prototype level drovers. Oh, stuff like this makes me so sad. Here's what it looked like at the time. Very early in development. Like, they had it all mapped out. You could run around, and here's, like, a bunch of Sonics there for scale. And this is what they wanted it to look like in the end. You can see the very same Sonic. Like it's the same thing. Here's more of that vertical slice. Here I assume is like a fighting segment, because I think this very part, this little part with the red around it right here, I think you can see that in the Sonic Synergy trailer. There's like Knuckles fighting in here, I'm pretty sure, and you can... They had it all done! That's what they wanted it to look like, all fucking detailed and busy, like Crash levels. Here's more of that, and you can even see little notes from the guys working on it to show like, oh, you know, you run around here, and then you jump up a spring and go up here, and then you fucking do a little thing to get up here, and then you can either go up here and press a button in there, or you go over here and like fucking jump off that spring right here, and it's just, ugh. And it was gonna look like this in the end. It's gonna look really fucking cool. Oh, you know what this is too? This looks like, I don't think this was ever in the final game. This looks like something where you would like run on it, like in Metropolis Zone, and the little corkscrew thing would like go up. That would have been cool. More prototype level drawovers. Again, I have upscaled images of this stuff I can show you guys. This was also in the Sonic Synergy trailer. You can see this Knuckles segment. You can see it in the thing, because there's parts of Sonic running around this part, the giant rings, and you can see the Knuckles segment in the background, and then you see that later on in the trailer. So they were getting there, and that's what they wanted it to look like. More Knuckles segments. I think that's the exact same Knuckles segment, actually, just, you know, fully up close. Here was the segment that was going to teach you how to do the abseiling using the bungee cord. So what you're originally going to do is, I think, Tails, or not Tails, just any character would stand like on this little platform right here in the middle, and your character would like jump down with the enter beam, and they would jump down, and using the momentum they would fling themselves back up again to hit these little light blue buttons right here. But that was one of the enter beam mechanics that never got in the final game, among many more. And this is going to show you how to use the bungee when dropping down, where you could, a character would stand on this top platform, and you would kind of hang down and start running on the wall under you to hit the buttons. Here's another cool little drawover, where that's what it looked like in-game with all the characters sitting there. But this was a part of the speed track before it was all assembled. Like, you can see it down there a little bit. It's probably going to rise up. Here's another thing that's in the final game. That little statue of the two echidnas, like, pulling at the ring. See here, you can see a vertical slice level. This is the pedestal of the ancients. And the team is given the bungee slingshot mechanic at this point. And what I think that was like one character would stand in place and hold their bungee, and the other one would like run backwards, and it's kind of like Knuckles Chaotix. They would be running so fast that it would like fling them in the opposite direction, and they would be able to go over large platforms. But of course that was never implemented. Here's Ranger Grunt Introduction Valley. But once again, this is in the Sonic Synergy trailer. You can see the characters running around this segment. This is the part where the team would have been given the bungee yank ability, which I have to assume is one of the ones I talked about before, but I don't know what the yank is specifically referring to. Here's a secret entrance into an underground bunker, requiring a co-op bungee yank to open. Oh, you know what the bungee yank is, I think? I think it's where two characters like grab onto a door and pull it. Because that looks like the door right there pulled off. This part right here, which looks really cool, I think it is also in the Sonic Synergy trailer. But I don't think it looks this nice. This is showing you the progression of the vertical slice. The team then proceeds to fall in bridge section where they have to use bungee slingshots to traverse. So you'd be standing on like you'd be standing on this part right here, and you'd have to get all the way up to there. So you would slingshot yourselves over, which would have been fun. Oh, here's Warthog Ruins. I guess that was the original name from earlier. I thought Warthog segment meant you had to run in a Warthog, but I guess that was just the name of the the ruins. And this was some of the exploration for the designs and the environment. Here are the doors. More doors. These are in the final game, I'm pretty sure. This was the enclosed segment they were going to have you run around in. Here are the goods. These look much closer to the ones in the final. Here's stuff you can see in the final game. Or here's stuff you can see, you know, being worked on, just drawn over. If I wanted to look. Here are like these shipwrecks that they wanted to have all around the place, but I don't think there's a single one. Oh, I love the look of this. I love this fucking giant loop that looks like it's fucking barely hanging on by a thread. This one's less good. Here's some mountains and cliffs and shit for war ruins. I guess there was like an implied war, and this was just like the fucking shipwreck of it all. And this is a scrapped level, I suppose. Apparently, whenever you beat something, this like little ruin segment would rise up from the water. How are you guys doing? We're halfway through. You keeping good? I hope this is interesting to you guys, because this is interesting to me. More just rocks that they wanted to show. This part right here, I'm pretty sure is in the trailer too. You see this stuff like rising, maybe. Here's where Hokey and Pokey live. This part is in the final game, but it doesn't look anywhere near as nice or colorful as this. They only use like grays, purples, and pinks. But I think that green trees, they're and the oranges and shit, they really like highlight. They really like make it a lot more colorful and nice to look at. But so we can have nice things. Oh, I love this. Look, it was gonna have little like fucking water snow globes and shit around, little aquarium things, but no, none of that. Blimp Zone Challenge. This is really interesting. Remember how I don't think this has ever been seen before. Remember how everyone, it's like, did you know Sonic Boom was originally going to let characters swim in the water, but it was taken out. What is this? This is the characters like in game swimming in water. That's what it was going to look like. There's Sonic with his little arms out. Yeah, so they were going to be able to swim at first, and they had it all programmed. And this was the little segments to look like when you were swimming, but Takashi Iizuka said no swimming. There's a little bleed. There's Sonic running through it. This was not in the final game. Some underwater designs they wanted to have. This was for underwater sections, but of course in the final game there are no fucking underwater sections. That's what they want the coral to look like. Laser challenge. I don't know what this could be referring to. I don't think anything's like this in the final, but there's gonna be a laser challenge. Here's a laser challenge cannon. This looked like you would have grabbed onto the back of it or something. I don't know. Oh, you know what you probably did? They kind of have something like this in the final game where you like hit the laser and it turns around. But it looks like maybe at first, judging by this screenshot, you were going to be able to grab onto the back of it, like all 4 characters, and they were all going to like use teamwork to like push it left and right to the light cannons in here. But nope. Just hit a button. Here's a Lyrics dig site. This is less interesting because this is in the final game. I don't think there's much of this that didn't make it in. Like here's the fucking crab guy. Here's the little circle place where you fight the enemies. Again, all this stuff in the final game. All these segments. You can see like early versions of it. And then here's the drover. This exact level design is in the final, along with this. This too, maybe? I don't know. I don't think this is in the final game, this pendulum structure. Because Knuckles' jump pad is behind counterweight, whatever that means. Here are more concepts that they never really got to finish. Here were little pistons that weren't in the final game. Here's more concept art that was seen in the credits of Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. This is right before Knuckles and Sonic separate from Tails and Amy, but they don't really... maybe at first they weren't gonna have Tails and Amy in this part. I love that artwork so much. More shit from Lyrics Dig site. Just little numbers they had. Again, majority of this is in the final. This too. This was as well. This was as well. Just little buttons and shit. Road to the dig site and the boat levels. You're gonna see a lot of early boat stuff in here. This is again drawovers. This was they wanted it to look a lot more colorful. This is early models for the boat. It looks very rough, obviously, but they wanted it to look like this, all nice and bright and saturated. What's this? Lyrics transportation idea, but not in the final. This is what he would transport his robots in, I guess. Looks cool. This reminds me a lot right here. This was the entrance to a road segment. This looks like a direct fucking reference to Crash Bandicoot, which I would have loved. That would have been really cool, considering a lot of people who worked on Crash worked on Sonic Boom. It looks like the boat, after the first boat segment, you would have crashed in this place, and then it would have been like Crash. But they keep this in the final game where the boat crashes somewhere, but they don't really do this kind of thing with it. Here's more roads that they were trying to like do concepts for. Here's Ocean Waterfall. This is again in the final game. Here's the false crystal. This is again not as interesting because it's just concept art for stuff that's in the game, but still cool, you know. That's where you actually get the crystal. This is the part where the fucking creature starts chasing you. All the obstacles they were gonna have. Some of the doors. How they would work. Some background elements. Here's the waterfall that Sonic and Amy go through. More designs for it. You can see, as you can see, the models are starting to get more and more refined as we go along. Here's some cool boats. I think these boats are in the final game too. You know what this reminds me of right here? This reminds me of the place in Sonic Unleashed where you rescue Professor Pickle. It's not intentional, but I don't know why. So where you get the crystal. There's Sonic, just for scaling reasons, how big you'd be compared to this shit. More underwater fall segments. Here's, for some reason, Knuckles is here, but he is not in this section in the final game. It's called Ocean Trench. More waterfall shit. These little obstacles are in the game too. They'll move back and forth. These little things. I guess jumping on these would give you rings, which is pretty cool. And these look like little bungee things you would have to pull on. Here's the Mystery Island. I love how cool this looks in the concept art. So all the fog and mist and shit. I would have loved to see that in the final. But this I would love like just this fucking framed on my wall, you know. Just this is a print of this. I love the laser coming from the sky. This is like one of the visually like best levels of the game. Originally to get to Eggman, who's in the center here, you just go through a speed section like everything else, but there was going to be a maze at first that you'd have to traverse through. And that they were referencing the Fortress of Solitude. That's what the light was going to be coming from at first. It was going to be powered by a crystal, I assume. Here was a pod that would open up and there'd be a snake inside. I love that. They'd be like placed all around the place and snakes would come out. Here's shit for the Mias. I would assume like stepping on these would like shift where the rock was facing, and you'd have to try and get to the end. Some designs for like 2D sections, I assume. Some of the platforms. Just fucking rocks and fucking caverns and caves. I assume this is where you would start the level, and you'd see that all the way off in the distance. Here's a fucking zipline segment with the enter beam. There's more designs, some bleeds, a kiosk and pad. I don't know what this would have done. This was definitely not in the final. A hammer block. I assume Amy might have to like hit this, perhaps. Look at this thing. This thing was definitely not in the final game. I don't even want to attempt to to know what any of this does. These kind of look like those snake pod things from before, though. Maybe they were fully modeled and shit. But yeah, those are cool. A plasma button and pull blocks. Don't know what either of these do. A runner energy. Oh, maybe you would have had to jump over these in running segments. Here's some platforms for the runner stuff. Look, this is not an illustration again. This is a model. You can see a 3D model of Sonic on it. Ancient temple, past and present. This is the past level that Sonic and Tails go to. And this is what it looks like in the present. I love the spider web on the fucking running thing. This is this is not Maya, is it? I forget. Here's the past golem room. I assume this is where the mini boss would be from before, but this is what it looks like in the present with all the decay. Here's the assembly line. This part's again in the final Sonic and Tails run up here. This is the furnace room where Tails is stuck in and Sonic has to rescue him. Kind of like reminds me of Crash to Insanity in a way, that segment. Some slates that we're gonna have as obstacles. Entrance to the golem room. Here's the portal room that you spawn in. Pretty sure you spawn in here. Vault door. A weapon room. This is where the young turtle is that you find in the past and you tell him to stop with the... It's got poisonous crops. Some little conveyor belts. 2D plot. This part is exactly in the final. So is this part. Here's some scaffolding. Again, they used this. These monitors were there too. Here's a robot arm. Here's it in the present. And again, to have a fucking print of this, it's so cool. This is it in the present, but I don't think they used nearly as much green in the final one. The light room. I think this is where Knuckles and Amy go to like help Sonic and Tails get through. FedEx room. I don't know what that is. Warthog start room concept. What is this Warthog thing? I don't get it. Temple entrance. This again is in the final game, but it doesn't look nearly as nice as it does here. They're gonna have like fucking Sonic and echidnas and shit. Here's the lobby area. It's amazing to see how much fucking concept art goes into a game that just turns out to be complete shit and no one gives it any credit. They tried. They really tried. This is the part where Amy and Knuckles activate the lights. You know what you're going to notice? Despite this all being Sonic Synergy, a lot of this was used in the final game. So it's not a case where Sonic Synergy would have been completely different. It's just that it would have been a lot more polished and a lot graphically nicer. And a lot... there would have been a lot more options. There would have been a lot more combat. As you can see in the trailers, they had different moves. There would have been more levels. There would have been like more to do generally. Like it would have been the same like concept for a game no matter what. So it still would have had the problem of being too unfocused, where it has like the running segments and they don't really mesh well with the battling segments and shit like that. So it would not have been a fucking perfect game, but sure would have been a lot better than what we ended up with. Here's the Sky like Citadel level that Knuckles and Amy go through. Some concept art for that. Here's some lasers that you have to hit. It's called a Master Retriever. This is where the crystal is. Some blade platforms. Some more spikes and hazards and shit. And here's Lyric's tomb. Love this art so much. This is the first level. Oh, I love the fucking look at this. This looks so cool. In the final game, it's also like fucking black and fucking drabby, but here there would have been like a little bit of light coming in on Lyric. That would have been so cool to see. Yeah, it looks more like this in the final game. Even a bit of light would have, like this, would have fucking improved a lot. Some of the statues, the laser segments you go to. This is the fucking zipline segment after you rescue Lyric or fucking unleash him. These are the tutorial segments. Like fuck those, no one cares. Like fuck those, no one cares about the fucking tutorial. Sonic Boom. Here's Lyric's lair. This is the final level of the game. This is one of the visually like worst levels in any Sonic game, I think. The black and the red and just nothing but black and red does not look good. In my opinion, at least. With the blue, it looks a little better, but they don't use it nearly as much as they do in this concept art. Here's some building concepts. This is the part where Quincy comes in, I'm pretty sure. Why? It keeps saying Warthog. I don't know what the Warthog is. Here's where you had to fight people. Little elevator moment. This is in the final game too. There's like a little secret crime down here, I'm pretty sure. So is these segments. So is that. So is this. Some zip tubes. These are definitely not. These reminds me of like, would probably work like the chemical plant things where you jump in them and they would like shoot you to the end. Here's some laser obstacles during the running segments. A blender and a heater. Here's the final area where the worm boss comes out again. More running segments. And this, oh my god, this is the road to the final fight. You would have been running on this like fucking road made of energy, but in the final game it's so anticlimactic, you just fucking come up to him in a shitty like normal running segment like everything else. And here he has all the golems behind him and the fucking waterfall coming up. Look how cool this is. Imagine this in the final game. Would have been badass. And that's the final fight. In the final game, the final fight looks much more akin to this. Boring. Props. Here's props. Originally, it was going to be called DRC Vision, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't called that in the final game. I'm pretty sure it was called Maya or something like that. Because I remember Sonic would be like, oh yeah, Maya rocks. Or shit like that, but here's just showing how the sticks things would work. This was going to be touchpad stuff you would use with the Wii U gamepad. So you would touch it and like try to swipe it across to jump on, but I'm glad they fucking got rid of that. That would have been a mess. Here's some of the things Sonic would have had to run on, but they don't look like that in the final one. Sonic, they're all just look the same blue ones. Here's how the treadmills would like activate shit. More gates. Some buttons you would have to stand on to activate shit. Those aren't in the final game. Some boost gates. Elevators. Speed tracks. Knuckles shit. And here's what it looks like in the prototype. This is them just exploring what they wanted to look like. And they added on a really fucking ugly texture. Like, I hate the way they look. Here's some of the bungee targets that I was talking about earlier that you would touch by abseiling. This thing is in the Sonic Synergy trailer. These things right here. Here's some checkpoints and stuff. That's the final one. Here's the final boost rings they would have. There's just more explorations of it. These are the loops for the water running segments. Some of the speed boosters, the bounce pads they would have. And here's the... Oh, okay, they were called the global crystals at first. Not just the crystals. That's showing you how it would work when you put them into the locks. Character-specific props. Here's the things Sonic would spin dash up and homing attack on. Here's what they look like in-game. Here's Amy's ledges that she would jump on. Here's Tails' fans. The Buddy Bot thing. And here's some of the weapons, including... This is a shield, I think, right here. And here's some that don't appear in the final game, like a golf club. I don't know what this would do. I think the golf club's the only one here that isn't in the final game along with this one right here. Here's the big red button that was in it. And here's the little fucking star shoot. Oh, it would have launched a tornado. I think that one was in the final game too. Oh, there would have been invincibility as well. It's cool. Here's some of the vehicles. This concept art of Sonic and Tails in the tornado looks fucking atrocious. They like sketched over humans. Look at that. This is the stuff of fucking nightmares. Yeah, here it is more close up. Yeah, again, you're gonna be able to ride in this originally. Here's some stuff for the boat. It was gonna be called the Mickey Mouse at first. Here's some of the... You were going to be able to get alternate colors for it at first, I think. Like, as a unlockable, maybe. Like, they would have had red, blue, and yellow. More designs for it. Here's the little thing that Amy and Sonic ride in at the end of the underwater level. And here's my favorite stuff. This is... It's really saves the best for last. I love looking at this shit. This is just some, like, exploration concepts of, like... Let's see what we want to do. Like what ideas could we do with Sonic Boom? And this is what they made. And they have little shit for it all too. And you can even see these are very early designs. Like Amy has a normal dress, different shoes and shit. Tails is wearing his goggles. During team drafting, one team member leading the pack, the team will create this invisible speed draft zone in the form of an energy wake. Like NASCAR or any auto racing strategy, the team member in this energy wake will get a speed boost and become the new leader. The format will leapfrog between team members to achieve max velocity. You know what that sounds a lot like? That sounds a lot like fucking Team Sonic Racing. Here you would have, this really highlights what they wanted to do with Sonic Boom and why it was called fucking Sonic Synergy, because it was going to be 4 players at first. So like Amy would be fending off the robots as Sonic and Tails drag this fucking cool dragon thing down while Tails gets on top of him and hits the power source. Like it would have been cooperative, you know? Everyone would have contributed something. Knuckles and Sonic use Bungie teamwork to bring down the Snowworm Hunter bot, giving Tails the opportunity to dislodge his power source, while Amy holds all their enemies. Like, that would have been cool. I love this one. Here's them all running on a big fucking, a big wheel. While in Lyric's Foundry, the team has to use team drafting to spin the energy wheels, which then power all color-related items, such as the central platforms, which then can activate and rise to allow the team to reach the rear chamber door. Deep inside ancient tunnels and caverns, the team has to solve environmental puzzles to continue their path. Like, this would have been cool, running on pipes and shit. This is again in the Sonic Synergy thing, this one. This is them just going towards a fortress. This is also in the final one. And by final one, I mean like in the Sonic Synergy trailer, not in the final game. At first, I didn't know about Lyric's evil plan. They were like trying to discover what it was, but in the final game they just have Cliff tell him what it is. This is the part, this is the adventure begins. This part was in the trailer where it says like discovery, exploration. Look, Knuckles has the tan fucking shitty thing on him. Team races on assembly tracks en route to Mystery Island. There would have been a route to Mystery Island. You wouldn't have just fucking loading screened your way there. This is again was in the Sonic Synergy trailer. This is the Sky Citadel level. I'm pretty sure. This is where they're ambushed by Lyric's Armada. This is them. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Finding the ancient golem. Finding the ancient golem on Angle Island, long ago dismantled by Lyric. I don't know if that was a misspelling of Angel Island or if there literally was going to be a place called Angle Island. Again, this is in the thing too. The trailer. I'm pretty sure this one is as well. Originally, there would have been a mechanism that split the ocean, but it just does it in the final game. And look, there's a worm hiding in there. Maybe you would have had to fight one. And look, oh my god, this looks fucking gorgeous. This is in the Mysterious Island level. This is where you fight Eggman in the center here. Oh, look at this. Team looks on as the Ancient's massive interplanetary communication temple is brought to life by Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic does fuck all in the final game. He just fights you. So you would have started up here. You would have gone up this big platforming segment. You would have, like, climbed the mountain from the bottom. Then you would have had to go through the maze. And then you would have wound up in here to fight Eggman. Or maybe Metal Sonic. Here's the research facility, again, in the trailer. Again, in the trailer here. This is the Cloud City. Here's more of this. The images following are proof of concepts images during prototype phase of Project Apollo, which were placed on hold or dropped due to revised play mechanics. This is scrapped ideas that they had. Originally, more early designs. Amy has her dress. Fucking Tails has a coat and robot arms and legs, which would have been cool. And they were gonna like climb a mountain together with one of the characters, and the rest would like bungee off of it with rings, like fucking Knuckles Chaotix. Here's more shit, conveying the balance of fast one-on-one melee attacks, with each player doing their own unique thing. Here's it exploring, different concepts, like, again, like, oh, the team messages across the canyon using teamwork. Using Bungie's slingshot maneuver with Knuckles, Tails is catapulted to his destination of Artifacting Guardian statue across Canyon Wall, causing dynamic split in screen in local co-op play. Amy is also using Knuckles as anchor to similarly slingshot across to the next platform across the canyon. Sonic is keeping the chasing robots at bay with his spinball melee moves, and Knuckles' anchor icon lets Tails know he can tether back to Knuckles, showing his whip 3D dashed line orienting space. Like, that would have been cool. That looks fucking cool, like it's co-op play. I would have loved that. Here's the team racing, with like kind of going onto Sonic as he's running. This was not in it, and that's it. That's all. That's all, folks. That's all 502 pages. But you know what? I want to show you guys. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna show you guys some other stuff too. I have a bunch of other shit to show. I have concept art of everything. Some of this has been seen before, some of it hasn't, but I figured I'd show you guys anyway, because there's going to be some stuff in here I'm sure you haven't seen. We'll just skip over the stuff that we already looked at there now. Let's just start here. Here's a close-up version of that image of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles that we saw earlier. Here's designs of early Eggman from the past. Glad they didn't go with any of these. Like, this is the one that looks like fucking Jimmy Neutron. Here's that back view of Sonic. Here's he only had one spike in his back. That's gross. Here is him. I love this artwork a lot. Looks so cool. More of that. More of that. More of that. More of that. Here's them showing Tails' expressions. My phone. My fucking phone. God damn it. Oh, here's some early Sonics that they never went with. They didn't even put in that fucking thing. It's like atrocious. The only one in here that's good, this guy right here. I love this guy on the right. He's fucking badass. Here's the Ancients. The Ancients were, despite never being seen, they did have concept art of them. It wasn't supposed to be a secret. They were going to be owls at first. I think they even were in the final game in like a silhouette beside Lyric. This was a production piece doing early concept art of Sonic. That's what he was going to look like. He was going to have a little scarf that flew in the wind, which would have been much cooler. Here's some stuff of... this is what Lyric was going to look like. He was originally going to be a robot owl. But I'm glad they didn't go with that. More shit of Sonic. More of creepy Sonic. More of creepy Sonic. More of creepy Sonic. There's the guy and there's Knuckles' expressions. There's some artists. This is my favorite artwork of it all. Remember when this image was leaked? I remember whenever this was leaked online, people were like, what the? Is that fucking Marine the Raccoon? More shit. This is the same image from earlier, but with pants this time. There's some early shit of sticks that was seen in the trailer. And I think some more Sonics. Early Eggman, early Tails, some 3D fucking traces of Sonic, which looks disgusting. This is all in the final game. And that's some more early Eggmans. Some character concept art. I'm pretty sure everything else in here is literally just shit that we've seen before. This is just all pages from that stuff that we just looked at, but like separated into like fucking folders, maps, and oh, this stuff. This is cool. Look at this. This was production shit once it was already known to be on the Wii U. This was like telling you how to like get through the menu. This was like menu design. Like, oh, if you go here, like, yes, it'll take you to here. You know, if enough controllers, it'll take you to here. Like, you know, if you go to this, then you go to this map, and then you go to this one, and you go to, like, you know, that's fucking cool. That's where that image leaked. That's how that image leaked of Sonic with the tan arms. Yeah, it would have been cool. Oh, let's keep going. Forgot. All right, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is showing the progression of the... I think this is actually in the backwards order. Let me go to here. So this is separating the hub worlds, and this is showing you exactly, like, one for one the progression of how you would play the game. These little things of the pink, blue, yellow, and red, that would be like 1, you start the game here. That's where level 2 is. Like, then you go over to here, level 3, that's where you meet Styx. Like, 4, you go to here. 5, you go to here. And then it would also mark, like, optional shit to do. Like, everything's marked, but, Alas, it is too blurry to read. But I'm 99% sure this is for the final game. Like, none of this is stuff that's not already in the game. Yeah, see, like, this is the part where, there's minor differences. Like, that would have been saved for budgetary reasons. Like, this is the level where Sonic and Tails, or Sonic and Amy go down into the underwater segment, and says, as the team approaches the Coral Bay, they see Lyric's blimps circling overhead. They land near the elevator platforms trying to stop the team from progressing. After the battle, Knuckles and Tails offer to stay behind to protect the town. Amy and Sonic use Crystal 6, which activates the elevator, and Sonic and Amy descend to Waterfall. You know, that happens in the final game, everything except for the part with Lyric's blimps. You walk up to it and Tails and Knuckles are like, you know, we'll stay here. And Sonic and Amy are like, okay, we'll go down. The only reason I have to assume is because they didn't have either time or money to animate Lyric's blimps circling overhead and like coming down. So, you know, I don't blame them for getting rid of that. Just more of that stuff. You guys get what it is. There's the logo we're gonna have. Some character icons. More Wii U gamepad shit. Look at this. This was running on PC. This was not running. Look how much nicer the game looks running on a PC. Look, Amy's dead. Amy fucking died. You could switch characters just by touching them on the screen. So then exploring different stuff to do with the gamepad. Yeah, look, see? Characters are going to die originally. This alternate treatment shows all individual characters' rings as digits. They're going to have different ring counts. If an AI character goes out of range and is not available for switching, the icon is grayed out. As characters leave the party, they fill in the D-pad spots in clockwise fashion. Once the character dies, they just have to like wait fucking 5 seconds. Just more shit, like more progression of where you go in the game. There's more shit for the Wii U title. This is shit they were gonna do for like pairing it up with Sonic on the 3DS, I think. Like, yeah. That was never in the final game. I don't know what it would unlock you though. Maybe just concept art or shit. Yeah, I genuinely think this was just for concept art. Whatever. Stuff for the 2 players. Oh, look at this. The HUD concept porting is just showing more of that shit. But again, you gotta look at the game fucking running on PCs. Let's see what else they got. Some more NPC stuff. Yeah, we saw all this. Scenes. Yeah, we looked at this stuff. Here's screenshots. You want to see screenshots of the game running? Fucking Sonic Synergy running on PC. Look how fucking cool this looks. Look how gorgeous this is. There's chili dogs they're gonna have. There's the bats I was talking about. There's some crystals. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh my god. This fucking angers me to no end. Look, they even achieved the fucking thing with the loops they wanted to do. They wanted to like make it look natural and have the fucking Sonic checker. They did it! They were getting so close to achieving exactly what they wanted. Sega just fucked it all up. Look how fucking gorgeous this looks. For 2014, this game would have fucking been amazing. There's the sheep. There's the little fucking Sonic Scarecrow. There it is. Look how nice this looks. Look how pretty this is. Fucking Dead Night Cycles. There's gonna fucking Dead Night Cycles. Oh, this is a little messier. This part of the vertical slice, I think. Is it running on PC? They even updated the models by this point. I'll show you guys these running in motion later. Oh, look how good it looks. I love it. Look, they cleaned it up. They were improving. They were getting better. Look, there's the creepy Tails. Oh my god, this genuinely fucking angers me to no end. Here's again just stuff of from the trailers. You can see all this stuff just by looking at the Sonic Synergy trailers. Trailer pics. Let's see. Oh, look. This is all stuff from the vertical slice. Remember we were looking at the vertical slice and I was like, oh, this isn't the final, like the trailer. That's where you would go up to. Look, the thing opens up. That's remember there was the thing. I'm remembering all this now. That's where it was like, oh, this is where Sonic and all are granted the bungee mechanic, the yank thing. There's the exploration. This was in the vertical slice. Look, there's the area I was talking about where you have to fight a bunch of enemies and it had the red around it. There's the Knuckles segment right there. They had finished it. It was finished. It was all done. There's the thing you step on. There's Knuckles going through his segment. There's the platforms. There's the running segment. The yank. Dude. You have no idea. You have no idea how sad this makes me looking at it. There's the things. You saw those. So annoying. Look, there's the part where you would have to like land. There's the part where you'd have to jump down and hit the buttons, and then you launch yourself up and hit the other buttons. Look, they had finished it. This is the exact fucking thing we saw in the concept art. It was done. It was done, and it was great. Ugh. But unknown. What is this? Oh, whatever. We already saw those. Upscaled images. Look at this. Oh, looks so nice. Here's those parts from earlier. Here's in the vertical slice. You just saw this like finished in those screenshots I showed you there now. Like they had finished all this. It was done. And that vertical slice, I guarantee you on someone at Big Red Button's computer, they have that fucking vertical slice playable. Where is it? When's it gonna release? I wanna fucking see it. Here's some random stuff like rigging reels that people have animators have put out where it shows you like the animations they worked on. Look, here's where we find out that you're gonna play in the plane at first because they made animations for it. Of course, that was unused. This is just their other stuff. These are the freelance people they got to animate on the game, which I think every Sonic game should fucking do because created some of the best ones. Like here's the lineup of every single fucking character. There's nothing really practical about it. It's just neat to see, you know. All the enemies. Like there's Lyric, and look at this. Look at this. I fucking love this. This they even achieved their like skill thing. Look at it. You're gonna fucking see. You're gonna see right now how much the fucking shift this has. Which like fucking. Wow. Look at this shit. What's that right there? Oh my god! It's a fucking ginormous worm. Here's more rigging stuff. This is the guy who rigged it. Look, it's just cool seeing like the behind the scenes of the animation and stuff.
I heard it!
Nah, you have too much dirt in your ears.
But you did say it.
So well.
I'm proud of you.
Here's Green Valley. This was the in development stuff. Look how fucking nice it is. God. I don't even mind that. I just want to see it. I just want to see like a gameplay slice of it. I just want to look at it for a bit. More animation stuff. Look, these little things. This is them. This is the hub worlds. This is running on a PC. I did not realize it was playing fucking shitty music. But look, it's running just fine on PC. Look, this is it. This is it. Ugh. It's annoying. Here's Mark McCall's. Showing you the Eggman model, actually. It's pretty cursed. It looks like he does look like Gru from Despicable Me so much. Oh, look, there's his mouth doing that weird tearing thing that was present in the final game a bunch. I don't think it was rigged properly. Or modeled properly, sorry. This is, I'll save the best till last. Here's another character animators reel. I don't think it shows anything all that interesting that we haven't seen already. Look at this. Look at this one. This is a Sonic Unity test to see how the animations would work. Look at this. Whoa. I don't think this is actually a beta of the game. I think that whoever made this just had a base 3D platformer thing and wanted to see how his animations would look in the game. But yeah, that's it's pretty cool to see. And with that, I think that's all I really got. There might be some like bits and bobs that you guys didn't see, but if you guys want, in the description, I'm gonna lead the zip file for you to download this yourself and just look through it all if you want to. But I appreciate you guys being interested in seeing this Sonic Synergy thing. It's nice to see what could have been if Sega weren't such pricks to Big Red Button. But with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.